So what is the language generation? What is the need of language generation? So what will happen if the new compiler was designed? What is the meaning of new compiler was designed? Nothing but the new compiler was designed means the new language became borrowed. Yes or no? Each and every, for example, if I want to write a Java program, what I have to do? I need to install compiler. No? I need to install compiler. So if the Java compiler is installed, okay. So once I install Java compiler, then I'm then we will able to run a Java program. For example, if you want to run a Python program, so then we need to install a Python compiler. So the new compiler is nothing but the new language. So how this compiler is going to be designed? So how we are going to be perform the operations on computer? So everything is going to be done through the compiler. So here in the Pig also we have deal with the architecture along with the phases. Before moving to these phases of compiler, have you know what is the meaning of syntax? Syntax tree. You know what is syntax tree? I think in PPL you completed PPL subject, no? The second year, I think so. Yes.
Yes, sir.
There you were studied about this syntax tree, direct acyclic graph. Direct acyclic graph. Have you heard direct acyclic graph? That is DAG. Direct acyclic graph. So even we need to discuss again. Once again, I will briefly go through that one. So this is about our. Wait a second. We will start presenting this one. My screen is visible.
No, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
So we are going to be start unit 5. So that is Pig. So here we are going to be how the Hadoop program made easier, admiring with the Pig architecture, going with the Pig Latin application flow, working so application flow and working through the ABC Pig Latin and evaluating a local and distributed mode of running a Pig scripts, checking out of the Pig script interfaces and script with the Pig Latin. So these are the things we are going to do. So overall about the Pig architecture and how we want to write a program. And again, we have a MapReduce program is there. Why we are come across this again? In Hadoop, we have MapReduce programs are separate is there. Even we have why we are considering again a Pig. So what is the difference between a Pig and MapReduce? And here the Pig is going to be simply compared with it is like a SQL structured query language. So how it will be differs from this one? Everything we will see this one. This is a little bit big chapter, and we have to know these not only these contents. We have to know about the compiler design contents. It will take one more class further. So even if I will cover that also. Okay. So here, how it is going to be make easier. So Apache Pig is an abstraction over MapReduce. So what is abstraction? So this is one of the Java, that is OOPS concept, no? Abstraction, uh, polymorphism. You know the OOPS concept, no? What is the meaning of abstraction? Can anyone? What is the meaning called abstraction? Abstraction. For example, I will simply ask you. For example, you know how to ride a bike. You know how to ride a bike. Do you know how to build a bike? Do you know how to build a bike? Do you know how to build a bike? My question is clear. You know how to ride a bike. Do you know how to build a bike? For example, you know how to play a game in mobile. Do you know what is the code of that game?
No, sir.
Then what? Then how you are going to be run that one? How you are going to be run? How you are going to be drive? So you have to learn how to drive. For example, for driving, you can go to driving school. You can learn it how to drive. But they are not going to be teach you how they are going to be construct a bike. They are not going to be teach you. So even if we don't want any construction of bike before riding that bike, the same thing, the things which are needed for the user, that the things are going to be shown. Remaining things we are going to be hide it. So information hiding is known as abstraction. Yes?
Little single,
Okay. Yes, hiding the background details. Yes, very good. Yes, sir. So we don't want any requirements. Just we need to run it, or just we need to follow it. For that only we need the information. So again here, sir, how come this abstraction will take here? So information is hiding. Then how come it is going to be used? It means we are not going to be shown. That's only. Main information, there is less information. It's not a matter. What are the things we need to show to the user, that the things we can show. The remaining things we don't want, we are going to be cover it. For example, even if we are talking about how to drive a bike. So for bike we have accelerator is there, we have a start button is there, we have a horn is there, we have, for example, a choke button is there. So even if every time we are not going to be use a choke, but sometimes we may need it. So what are the needed things are going to be shown out, remaining things we are going to be covered, we are going to be hiding. Okay. So in MapReduce, we are going to be shown everything as a open. We are going to be abstract this thing. That means we are going to be hiding the information. So that means we are not, even if, for example, if you are running a program or playing a game in a mobile. So without any instruction, you can automatically touch the screen and you can play the game. Somewhere we need to, they are giving option for button play, so we are going to be click on play, then okay. So sometimes we need to know where to touch, so buttons are enabled, so some information need to start the game. So such type of things can be easily shown to the user, and remaining things are going to be hidden. So how we are going to be do this hidden things? What is the need? Everything is a advantage of OOPS concept. So it is a tool or platform which is used to analyze. So why it is again platform? What is the meaning of platform? What is the meaning of platform? So what is the meaning of, for example, operating system? Can you define an operating system? There we can have a meaning of platform. What is a platform? Can you define what is an operating system? Can you define, not a what is? I'm going to be asked, can you define an operating system? There is a difference between what and define. So that's why I'm asking. So can you define an operating system? So the starting itself, it is a platform for all other applications. Operating system is a platform for all other applications. Why? What is a platform? For example, we need to install an application, install in a software in your computer or in your PC or in your even if mobile, where we are going to be installed. For example, without an operating system, can you install any application in your computer or in your mobile? For example, nowadays we are going to be called as a mobile. Not only along with the company name, we are going to be called as a Android mobiles. What is the meaning called Android? What is it called Android? It is a mobile operating system. We don't have any operating system, we cannot install the applications. Even if, for example, if you buy a computer, a PC, directly you can plug it and you can play a game. There we need to install an operating system. Operating system is used in a platform for all other applications. Remaining applications which we are going to be installed on it, it's given a platform. So where it will stand all those things. So even if it stands on a memory, so memory is needed, then how the memory is going to be organized and how the memory is going to be dividing, how the memory is going to be used by the user in an efficient manner, definitely we need an operating system. For example, if you have a pen drive, so can you run the pen drive directly without inserting into a computer or without inserting into a mobile or without inserting any player? So definitely we have any platform to run all those things. So that is the meaning. So it is used to analyze the large set of data. So again, here we are going to be talking about this big data. We are going to be talking about large set of data. So how it is going to be represent the data flow? The PIC is generally used with Hadoop. We can perform all the data manipulations operations in Hadoop using PIC. Data manipulations. So what is the meaning called manipulations? Data manipulation. So we know where we string manipulations. Same way here, data manipulation. What are the operations we can perform on the data by using along with the use of PIC? To write the data analysis programs, PIC provides the high-level languages known as PIC Latin. This language provides the various operators using which the programmers can develop their own functions for reading, writing, and processing of data. So PIC contains PIC Latin. PIC Latin is a language on PIC, so which is used for the user, the programmer can create in reading or writing or processing data. They can create their own functions on it. So it's such the way the PIC Latin language is going to be enabled. Okay. To analyze the data using Apache PIC, the programmer need to write the script using PIC Latin language. All these scripts are internally converted to a MapReduce task. Apache PIC has a component known as PIC engine that accepts the PIC Latin scripts as an input and converted those scripts into MapReduce steps. So From starting onwards, we are going to be say about we are giving the input to the MapReduce program. Then it is going to be do some of the operations on this. So before doing this one, how we are going to be give this data set or data to the this MapReduce task. The big engine is going to be takes a major role to submit the data to the particular MapReduce jobs. Okay. So Pig is a, for example, simple we can say compiler is a software. What it will do? It compiles the source program. Same way here also. So Pig is a Apache Pig is a tool. In the tool we have Apache Latin is a language used to process the data and it converts. So by using Pig engine to accept the Pig Latin scripts and the inputs and converted those scripts into MapReduce. Okay. So I think you know heard what is converting, what is the processing, all those things. Before going to be these, we need to know about compiler phases. So I will discuss by today or tomorrow, whatever it may be. So before going to be see this, what is the use of, what is the need of this Apache Pig? The programmers who are not good at Java normally used to struggle working with Hadoop. So if you don't know Java programming, definitely we will struggle with the Hadoop, especially while programming on MapReduce tasks. Apache Pig is a boon for all such programmers. So if you don't have a much knowledge on Java, then you can learn about this Pig. Then it gives very easy to organize this MapReduce programs and all. So using Pig Latin, programmers can perform MapReduce tasks easily without having to type complex code in Java. So Apache Pig uses a multi-query approach, thereby reducing the length of codes. For example, an operation which requires you to type 200 lines of code, LOC, lines of code in Java can easily done by typing as less than just 10 lines in Apache. So see that how much easy interface is providing Latin, Apache Latin, Apache Pig Latin for these users. Ultimately, Apache Pig reduced the development time almost 16 times of that. Okay. So for operation that we need to write for Java, the Java lines we need to write a 200 of lines. The same 200 of lines we can write in Apache Pig with the 10 lines itself. So that is the use of this Apache Pig. Another one is Pig Latin is a SQL-like language. It is easy to learn Apache Pig when you are familiar with SQL. I told you it is similar like SQL. So if you know SQL, then we can learn easily this Pig Latin. So Apache Pig provides many built-in operations to support data operations like join, filter, ordering, etc. So these are operations you already know about. What is join, what is filter, what is ordering, what is trigger. So have you heard this now in SQL? You heard these terms in SQL, no? So that is it. So even and in addition, it is also provides nested data types like tuples, bags, and maps are missing from the MapReduce. So which we are missing in the MapReduce. That additional things also provided by these Apache. Okay. So the first use is, what is the first one? So it's perform easily complex, like we have a complex Java code, so we can easily perform on it. So it is a multi-query approach. It is a query language, no? Simply it is like SQL. you know SQL, you can easily learn this one. So the code in almost it is development time, almost 16 times is going to be reduced by Pig Latin. So in Java, you can 200 of lines. In Pig, we can write in 10 lines itself. So then another one is about not only joins, filter, and ordering. In addition, it is going to be provide tuples, bags, and maps, which we have missing in the map reducers. Okay. So what are the futures of these Pig? So Apache picks from the following features. It is a rich set of operations. So we know what is the advantages, what is the things. So join, sort, filter, all those things. It's going to be a rich set of operations. And easy of programming. We can easily set that how much easy. So 200 of lines, we can write in 10 lines itself in Pig. So that is the Latin Pig is similar to SQL. And it is easy to write a Pig script if you know good at SQL. So optimization opportunities. We have optimization opportunities. So we have to know about this. What is an optimization and the intermediate code representation. So these are the very popular terms in compilers and the programming languages we have to know about. What is optimization and everything. So the task in Apache Pig optimize their executions automatically so that the programmer need to focus only segmentation of the language. Sorry, semantics of the language. What is semantics? Semantics, what is a semantics? So semantics is another layer, another phases of a compiler where we have the type of data need to perform with raw data. So it is easy to make, like it easy to convert it into maximum size of data. So how it will be, I will tell you. For example, in a simple example, for example, A equal to 10 and B equal to 20. Then finally we can write C equal to A plus B. We have an answer of 10 plus 20 is 30. Is it okay? Is it okay? For example, if you mention int C, what is going to be happen? What is the answer? We are going to be perform integer operation, but we are going to be print output as float data. So that is an internal conversation is going to be. Another meaning of here segmentation means the programmer can easily write a own functions in Pig Latin. So we heard already this. Yes, sir. So there is an advantage of Pig Latin. So here the programmer can focus on what segments means. Here the programmer can easily make a functions, their own functions. So then they have the concentration on functions. The execution is done automatically. Then another one is about extensibility. Using existing operators, users can develop their own functions to read, process, and write the data. So then UDFs. So Pig provides the facility to create user-defined functions in the other languages like such as Java and invoke and embedded by the Pig scripts. So we can easily write it their own functions. So that is the main advantage from the starting onwards we are discussing. So Pig is can easily write a code, easily create a functions, own user-defined functions. So we can reverse and we can write it all. We can know about what is it. So handle the all kind of data. So definitely we need to define this one. So handle the all kind of data. Here the data are different types. So if the data are different types, definitely it has to accept all the various types of data. Then it need to analyze and approach and do the operation. So Apache Pig analyze all kinds of data, both structured as well as unstructured. it stores the result in HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System. So that are the features of Pig. So there we have some differences between Apache Pig versus MapReduce. Apache Pig is a data flow language, and the MapReduce is data processing paradigm, and it is a high-level language. MapReduce is a low-level language and rigid. Performing a join operations in Apache is pretty simple. Join operations are pretty simple. It's quite difficult to MapReduce to perform the join operation between the datasets. So we need to perform the join operations in Apache Pig is simple and MapReduce is. So first one we can define the parameters here. First one is about data flow. What type of Pig is a data flow? Here is data processing. So second one know about the language. It is a high-level language. It is a low-level language. And third one is about joins. So joining operations is pretty simple in Apache Pig, and MapReduce is quite somewhat difficult to perform here. And any beginner or program, the basic knowledge of SQL is currently required to learn an Apache. But in MapReduce, definitely they must know about the Java and the rich set of Java. Every fully Java they have to know, then only they can perform this MapReduce. Apache Pig use a multi-query approach. So we starting itself learned about Apache is a multi-query approach, thereby reducing the length of code to great extent. So that is a length of code, LOC, is a very great extent. So MapReduce will require almost 20 times more than the number of lines to perform the same task. So that is the 200 lines in Java. We can write in Apache Pig 10 lines. That is the 16 times faster than it. So that also we can differ here. There is no need for compilation on the execution. Every Apache Pig operator is converted internally into a MapReduce job. So MapReduce jobs have a long compilation process. So what is this compilation? It is the compiler we will discuss. No problem. So here there is no need of compilation process. On the execution of query, everything is directly we can submit in the MapReduce process. That is converted internally. So internal operations, no need to write a programmer choice. So for this we can simple meaning that conversions means what is the two types of conversions in a program? Implicit and explicit. Have you heard this? Implicit and explicit. That is internal and external. So internal conversion is going to be taken care by the compiler itself. The external programmer has to write a code. If programmer has to write a code, then definitely it is lines of code will be very high. And also it is very difficult to organize in the program also. So that is internal and external. Then we have, so we already know that Apache Pig is similar to SQL. Then what is the similarities here? How we can differ these both? So Pig Latin is a procedural language, and SQL is a declarative language. Apache Pig is a schema, is optional. Schema is optional. Why? Structured query language we have, definitely we have queries. So here the query is schemas is optional. We can store the data without designing a schema. So the value is stored as $0.1, $0.2. So it may take some cost. The schema is mandatory for SQL. Yes or no? Everything which we are going to be deal in SQL, definitely through the queries, only we can organize all those data. The data model in Apache Pig is a nested relationships. What is the meaning called nested? So we heard so many times this nested, nested, nested. In a programming language, whenever any programming language you are learning, a particular concept is there is a meaning called nested. Nested if, nested for, nested functions, nested loops, nested for. So everything. What is the nested mean? So inside the things as inside, same things. So the data model then used SQL is a flat relationship. We don't have any nested relationships in SQL. So Apache Pig provides the limited opportunity for query optimization. So limited opportunity. There is a more opportunity in query optimization. So why? So SQL is morely all the depend upon it is query related. So it's have a more opportunity. So in Apache Pig, we have an optional choice. We may use or may not use. That is up to the user choice. Based upon the requirement, they can use. So for this, we have a limited opportunity for query optimization. So these are the difference between Apache and MapReduce, Apache Pig and MapReduce. And what are the just a similarity versus between Apache Pig versus SQL? What is the difference? So first one is about procedural based upon language. It is a procedure. It is a declarative. And second about schema. It is here is optional and SQL is a mandatory. So here Pig we can use nested things, and here we have use a flat relationship. And even if we are using a query in Apache Pig, there is a limited opportunity. But in SQL we have two opportunity, that is a more opportunity. So in addition to the above differences, Apache Pig Latin. So these are things we already discussed also. So not only these are the things. In addition, we have it allows the splits in the pipelines. It allows the developer to store data anywhere in the pipeline, declare the execution plans, and provide the operator to perform extract, transform, and load. That is ETL. Extract, transform, and load functions also provided by the Apache. Okay, these are the additional values, additional information which we provide, which already provided by Apache Pig Latin, splits and pipelines, and data can store in any pipeline, and declares the execution plans when we want to execute. Everything we can plan it here, and provides the operators such as these extract, transfer, and load functions can. So these are the additional information. So here we have Apache Pig architecture. How the Hadoop architecture is, same here also. The language used to analyze the data in Hadoop using Pig is known as Pig Latin. So we know that the data we are going to be submitted to the Hadoop is going to be processed. So something MapReduce functions program we are going to process. So the data is going to be analyzed. So what data we are going to be giving? The data analyzed is going to be take care about this Apache Latin. It is a high-level data processing language which provides a rich set of data types and operations to perform the various operations on the data. So we can perform operations, rich set of data types and operations we can perform in this. To perform a particular task, the programmer using Pig, the programmer needs to write the Pig script, that is Apache Pig Latin script, using the Pig Latin language, and execute them using any execution mechanism. That maybe we have the three different types. So the Grand Shell and user defined functions are embedded things. These are the three different mechanisms are in the Apache engine. So Apache Pig engine contains. So any of one we can select and we can execute. After execution, these scripts will go through the series of transmission. So that series of transmission is nothing but a pipeline applied in a framework to produce the desired output and to produce the desired output. So I will show you that diagram, then we can have. So this is a pig Latin script. So Apache Pig, it contains a grand shell pig server. Then we have a process parser, optimizer, compiler, and execution engine. Parser, optimizer, compiler, and execution engine. Then it is submitted to the MapReduce. So how we can submit the data directly to the MapReduce? Before processing these data to the MapReduce, before itself we can process the data easily, then we can submit it to a MapReduce. So that is that. So internally, Apache Pig converts these scripts into a series of MapReduce jobs, and those it makes a programmer jobs easy. The architecture of Pig is known below. So this one. So how? So before knowing this parser and optimizer and compiler, we need to know about the phases of compiler. So what is optimizer? What is a phaser? What is intermediate code generation? What is direct acyclic graph DAG? So everything we have to know. So first one in Apache components, we have first one a parser. So as shown in the figure, there is a various components in the Apache Pig framework. Let us take to the major components. First one is about parser. Initially the Pig scripts are going to be handled by the parser and it checks the syntax of the scripts. So I want to know what is the meaning of syntax. What is the meaning called syntax? Have you heard the word as syntax errors? What is the meaning called syntax errors? What compiler will do? Any programming language, what the compiler will do? What the compiler will do? So let me, I have one question. So who is going to be answered first? I will see that. For example, if I am writing a program for addition of two numbers, okay, in that program I written some code in Java or C++ or any language I have written. I was used the operation. So that is the expression is C equal to A plus B. If I use then, so we can perform in any language that the program will use the output. For example, if I am going to be write C equal to A plus B, instead of that, I am going to be write C equal to A minus B. So my aim is to perform the addition of two numbers. If I have written instead of C equal to A plus B, I wrote it as C equal to A minus B. Is that compiler provides any error?
No,
My
sir.
first question. Is that compiler provides any error?
No, sir.
Yes, very good. Why no? So my aim is to perform addition of two numbers, but it gives an output as subtraction of two numbers. But my compiler didn't notice that error. Why?
Because it is a logical error.
So yes, we can have a logical error, and we can say that always the programming compiler will check the syntax errors of your program only. Yes or no? We are not going to be say to the compiler. Are you going to be say something to the compiler? Are you going to give the any voice command to the compiler? Yes, I am doing this program. My aim is this. Please check it that. No, we are just writing the program. So whether you are, for example, you are writing in Java, whether your system.out.println, that is statement which we are written correctly or not, whether the capital S we are written or not. The end of the statement, whether you are given semicolon or not. For example, if your class you mentioned in a small letter or not. So you miss any syntactical errors, that only it is done and it is going to be checked by the compiler only. Okay. So that's why every programmer need to know that what is the output we need to get, then we can perform that. Yes or no? That's why every these software engineering concepts, all those things. First of all, waterfall method. What are the methods we learned already? Waterfall method, spiral method, all those things. Whatever you need to identification. Need to identify that one. What we have to perform. That we need to identify first itself. Then we can go and perform on that. So that is. So our compilers will check it whether you are written in a correct format such that the computer can understand that language or not. Such the way the compiler was designed. So that's why if you write in capital letter, so that's why all the compilers we can say that it is a case sensitive. Most of the programs are case sensitive. What is the meaning called case sensitive? So if the program in programming language they define capital letters, we must use the same capital letters in the user. The programmer must use like that only. Then only the processing, because computer can know only zeros and ones. What are the things we written in a compiler? The compiler again is going to be converting from high level language to low level language. That is a mission language. Then definitely we need to write like that only. So that is the meaning called that one. So syntax of the scripts and dust type checking and other miscellaneous checks. So see that checks, checking, checks, all those things. The output of the parser will use the direct acyclic the representation of big Latin statements, logical operators. So before knowing this, we need to know about what is direct acyclic graph and what is the representation of statements. These Latin statements we have simply 3 address codes. What is the 3 address code? That also we will discuss. What is this direct acyclic graph? So even we need to know this. This is the fourth phase of our compiler. General any compiler, the fourth phase we have intermediate representation. There we are going to be use a direct acyclic graph. So first of all, we discuss about what is direct acyclic graph. Then we can go through this compiler phases. I think maybe today or tomorrow I will show you. So in the DAG, the logical operators in the scripts are represented as a nodes and data flows are represented as a edges. So what is this before reading this line without explanation? So I will directly go to this. What is the direct acyclic graph? So remember what is the last line? Operations are in node. The names are in edges. Operations in node, names are in edges. Remember that one. Then you can understand over this. Direct acyclic graph is a tool that depicts a structure of basic blocks and helps to see the flow of values following among the basic blocks and offer optimization Okay. So the flow of values following among these basic blocks and offers optimization too. DAG provides easy transformation among the basic blocks. DAG can be, once again, I have an error. I will close it and I will open it again. So understand here, the leaf nodes are represented identifiers. The names are constants. And the interior nodes represent as the operators. The interior nodes also represents the result of the expression. The result of the expression are identifiers. Names where the values are to be stored and assigned. I understand what this is. Before knowing this, I need to write something. For example, C equal to A plus B. If I have an operation like this, the expression is like this. How we are going, how the compiler is going to be perform this operation. So first of all, we need to know what is the data type of this one, what is the data type of this one, what is the data type of this one. So that is the declaration itself we are going to do. There itself we are going to be identify that. What is the meaning called identifiers? What is the meaning called identifiers? Can anyone? What is the meaning called identifiers?
Name event.
For example, if I write, for example, if I am going to be write int A, if I am going to be write int A, what is A here?
Variables.
So how you were identified that one? How you were identified that one? That is a variable. That identification is known as identifier. What it identifies? What it identifies? For example, same thing. For example, if I am going to write int A of, now tell me what is A. Now tell me what is A.
Function.
Yes, very good. It is a function. How you were identified? How you were identified? For example, same thing. If I am going to be write star A, again int here. What is A here? Sorry. What is A here? Int star A. What is A here?
Pointer.
Not is a pointer. It's a pointer variable. So please be remember, A is not a pointer. It is a pointer variable. Star A means it's a value, no? Star A means it's a value. Okay, A is a pointer variable. Okay, so it's the things how you are identified these things, how you are going to be identified. So that is a meaning called identification. Okay, so whether it is a variable or a function or a structure or a pointer or a file, whatever it may be, how you are going to be identified. So that is identified. So here the identifier, either here A, B, C are the identifiers. So how you are going to be identified? This based upon the declaration. For example, you were declared int A, int B, int C, such that we can say that these are the integer variables. It can store integer values. It can store integer values. So here I will show you one more thing. Then tomorrow we will clear about these total identifications how the program will identify, how it will be follows. So I will discuss tomorrow. So before leaving this, I will show you one slideshow, then we can understand this one. So I know it is a timer. 1 second, this one. So that is the same operation, C equal to A plus B. So first I did the A plus B, I stored in temporary variables T0. And another one, we were performed like this. So this operation is something D equal to A plus B plus C. D equal to A plus B plus C is operation. So like that is. I think everyone may have a doubt. Sorry, each and every time why you are saying that C equal to A plus B, C equal to A plus B. So for that I have one thing. So what is meaning means? Expression is the heart of the program. In every programming language, expression is the heart of the program. You may think that what is the heart, how it will be. Okay. So thank you very much. Tomorrow we will continue this one. The same thing. Don't worry. So what are the compiler phases and everything you will see tomorrow. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubt, you can post a question or ask me. Okay, thank you guys. Have a nice day.